Hello, friends. Oh, goodness, ignore that. Let me see if I can change this. How do I do it? How do I do that? Darn it. Yeah, I'm in settings, comment settings now. Okay, I guess I'll just have to, it says I'm making your great granddaddy blanket. I'm not making your great granddaddy blanket today. I am unboxing this yarn that I got, Stickers Voice Flip Camera. Should I mirror the video? I think I have to. I'm in settings, live intro, there it is. Edit. It's just Busywork. Hello, everyone. How's everybody doing? Comment if you can see and hear me. I'm just setting up my TikTok. Let's see. I'm working on Busywork. I'm just going to say that. I just thought I would go live in the besties group because I don't do this much in this group, so I just thought I would come on over here and hey Pat, how you doing? Tomorrow, so oh my goodness, I might have bitten off just a wee bit more than I can really chew. We are doing a knit along, and you heard me right. It's Betty McKnit, and I do knit. We are doing a knit along in the McKnitiverse for the wonderful Wallaby sweater. I did 2 courses, one of which is sort of complete but not quite. The other one, we started with let me back up. We started with Crocheters Learn to Knit, and where I taught crocheters how to knit, and I have this little course. If you're a crocheter and you want to learn to knit, come take that course. You will love it. And I think I'm just going to do 6, well, there's 6 of these. I really only need 1. And then I asked the citizens, what do you want to do next? Do you want to do something crochet? You want to keep knitting? And they said, hi, Michelle. They said, we want to keep knitting. So we did learn to knit socks, and we learned how to knit socks. So all the materials and stuff for that course are over in the McKnitiverse. And then once we did both of those courses, it's like we have enough knowledge to knit a sweater. So a sweater that I've knitted many times is the wonderful Wallaby, and it's kind of like a sweatshirt. So we're knitting those together. Yay! And I decided to treat myself to some really special yarn. And so this is what I ended up with. And man, I dropped a bucket load of money. I treated myself for my birthday and Mother's Day all together. And this is, no, that's not what I want to do. Swap the cameras. This is what I ended up with. Look at this, hand dyed, y'all. It's from, I just went on Etsy and looked up something, and I found this Sassy Strings Yarn Studio. They're in Canada, and this colorway, I don't know if you can see that, it's kind of bright, is called Fortune Teller, and she's on Etsy, and she didn't have enough in stock, so I had to order it and wait. She sent me one skein in advance so that I could swatch it up, and here's what it looks like worked up. So I'm gonna make a whole sweater out of this, and just rather than using big box store yarn, I thought, why not just go to like an indie dyer? And this is the sleeve. I started the sleeve to to get a gauge swatch. This is a number 7. This is a number 8. And this is a number 9 needle. So I'm going to do the ribbing in 7, and I'm going to do the rest of the sweater in an 8. And this yarn was not cheap. I really hope there's enough of it because I'm making a really large sweatshirt type sweater with it. And so, isn't it gorgeous? I mean, oh my gosh. And this doesn't do it justice, I'm telling you. It's really spectacular. So I'm going to ball a couple of these up, and then the knit along tomorrow, I'm supposed to have the bottom of the ribbing and like, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches of the bottom of the sweater done. So I don't know if I'm going to make it. It's going to be a long night. I'm caffeinating. So I don't even have the yarn wound up. You just saw me take it out of the bag. So I got 12 of them. 12. And they were like expensive hand dyed. So here we go. Isn't it gorgeous? I wanted something, I mean, when I first was looking, I thought, well, I'll get something that's like beach colors, you know, because I live at the beach. And when I landed on those colors, I was just like, whoa, that's just freaking gorgeous. So I got that. It's been great to work with so far. I don't knit as much as I once did. I started out as a crocheter, and then I started knitting, I don't know, maybe, let me think about it, maybe about 30 years ago. I'm old. I just turned 55. Ooh, I'm gonna have to back up a little bit more, but I am gonna have room, so that's good. Let me back it up, back it up. Back it up, beep, beep, beep. Okay. Sassy Strings Yarn Studio. Sassy Strings Yarn Studio. Go check out her Etsy. She has lots of other beautiful yarns as well. I didn't even realize she was in Canada until I went to like track the order, and I was like, oh, that might take a long time. I mean, the yarn has been here it actually arrived on my birthday, which was kind of cool. So it has been here for a few days, but I'm just now getting around to balling it up and starting this thing, and the knit along is at 10 a.m. tomorrow, so it should be fun. I might be postponing. So I'm doing 2 sweaters right now. I'm doing this, which is obviously not my design. The Wonderful Wallaby sweater was designed by Carol Anderson, and it was like a fad on the knit list back in the day. When I first started knitting, I was on this thing called the Internet Knit List. It was some old listserv at a school, and I don't know whatever happened to that group. I think it's on Ravelry now. I think it went over to Yahoo for a while, and then I think it went over to Etsy, or not Etsy, Ravelry. But this was a fad over there. It makes like a sweatshirt, and I've made a ton of them. I made one for myself, and then I was making them for the kids. They make great kids sweaters. It has a little pocket on the front. The whole thing is completely seamless, so you don't have to seam up any sides. You don't have to weave, you don't have to, well, you have to weave in ends, obviously, but the whole thing is seamless from the bottom up, and you, let me see, let me grab this. You only have to Kitchener stitch the underarm seams, but the rest is completely seamless. The sleeves are worked up separately, and then you attach them in the round. And I'm gonna have to stand up to do this. Let me stand, or TikTok can see me. And then here we go. that fun to watch or what? I wish I had a cat right now. Hey Lorraine, I see you. I hope I have enough of it. And what I ended up doing, I'm not really following the pattern, but what I ended up doing was I measured a hoodie that I own that I know fits, and I used those measurements to alter the pattern. My gauge wasn't matching up either. Gauge on the pattern was 9 stitches over 2 inches, and my gauge was 5 stitches to the inch. So I had to make some adjustments. It calls for worsted weight yarn, and this is supposed to be worsted, but it's not very heavy, it's very lightweight, and I'm working it up with an 8. So I'm working it a little tiny bit tight. I could do it with the 9, but it was just like a little too drapey for me. Okay. And this is what I do with the end. When I do these, I try to do it loose because I don't want to stretch out my yarn, but I put the outside end on the inside with the inside end, and then I take it off. And then I just kind of smush it together to let the yarn kind of spring back, because I don't want to stretch that out. Okay. I'm going to do 2 more, just in case I have some kind of weird pooling. I want to have a second skein ready so I can alternate skeins if I need to. I mean, this yarn is just gorgeous. I really just kind of want to let it do its thing, you know? Hi, Kate. The knit along is in the Betty McKnitiverse. You have to be a member of the McKnitiverse to knit along with us. It's BettyMcKnitiverse.com. Come and join. It costs like $11 a month to be in there, and then you get all my latest pattern releases. You get pattern PDFs. I have Zoom calls twice a month where we just sit and chat. And then I have a design workshop over there where we are designing things with the 6-day kid blanket pattern. And the thing we're working on in that right now is the 6-day hexagon sweater. You know how everyone's making those hexagon cardigans? Courtney said, everyone's making hexagon cardigans, so I started working on one with the 6-day blanket stitches, and that's how I ended up with the granny square, actually. Because I was trying to figure out cardigan. The hexagon. Hexy cardi. Is this twisted? Don't get it twisted up in here, sassy strings. Don't be too sassy, you strings. Okay, I think I got it. I think I got it. Here we go. Is it just me, or am I spinning the other way this time? I think I'm spinning the other way. I hope it doesn't matter with the colors. Yeah, I'm developing a little worksheet for this also, in case you need to rework the pattern a little bit for sizing like I did. But it's a really easy pattern. If you already know how to knit, it's all done in the round. When I did the Crocheters Learn to Knit class, I got everybody knitting in the round right away because I just think it's easier, it goes faster. It's like if you already know how to crochet, you don't want to sit there and do garter stitch for 10 rows and then do, make a 6-foot long scarf and garter stitch and die of boredom before you ever get it done. So the way I did it was I think personally one of the harder things about learning how to knit is learning how to cast on. Some people get stuck right there. So when I'm teaching somebody how to knit, sometimes I'll just cast on for them and I'll just get them started knitting right away. So what I did with this class was, because everybody in the class already knew how to crochet, I just had everybody start their project with a chain and then pick up stitches in the chain, and that was our cast on. So we did that, and then you start knitting in the round right away, which is super easy. And then that's like the first lesson, is getting those stitches on a circular needle and then knitting in the round. And then we took that little knitting in the round, little swatch, and we made it into a baby hat. So then in the second lesson, you learn how to decrease, you learn how to do I-cord. And then we take out the chain at the beginning, we flip it over, and we pick up those bottom stitches, and then I teach you how to knit and purl. So you get knitting and purling, you get 1x1 or 2x2 ribbing. You learn how to do that, and then I show you how to cast off, and you have a hat. You have a hat. You don't have some stupid granny garter stitch scarf that no one's ever going to wear, that you're never even going to finish. Yeah, and then when you have the hat cast off, then I show you how to cast on a couple different ways. By that time, you're already pretty good with knitting. You're not going to struggle with casting on at that point because you already know how to knit. So that's how I did it. It's a little bit backwards, but it's designed for crocheters. Okay. Do y'all see this? Because I was going the other way on that one, how much smaller it is. Look at that. I'm just going to redo it right now I'm going to go from the outside to, I'm not going to let it sit like that because it's too tight. It's stretched out. I'm saying I'm going to get this all done in one day, but you know how that goes. So I'm just going to redo this one real quick and do it looser because I cannot. No. I don't know what I did. I just had like more tension on it or something. But I'm just redoing it right away. What's everyone working on tonight? And how's your weather? What you up to? Well, that's too loose. I'm making a mess. I was trying to read comments. All right, let me pay attention to what I'm doing here. Let me just take this down because I'm just gonna do these two. I'm gonna move on. I'm done. Always feels like such a big project to get a Swift out. Man, what a pain in the butt. You're just watching about yarn winders on YouTube. I've had this one forever. I don't know where I got it. Probably Amazon. This yarn is Sassy Strings Yarn Studio. She's on Etsy. The color is called Fortune Teller. Isn't that gorgeous? I have 12 of them, technically 13. I got an extra one for swatching. And I'm making a wallaby sweater, which is like a sweatshirt hoodie type sweater with it. Sorry. Oh, that little ball wants to roll around. That first one I did. Hey, Kathy. How you doing? Yarn wrapped around the leg of my chair. Do you wind when you use the yarn or as you get the skeins? So I I don't wind it unless I'm pretty sure I'm going to use it pretty soon, and I try to wind it really loose. Like this one that I just did, I'm going to use it first because for whatever reason I wound it tighter than this one, and it was even tighter than this, and it was even tighter, and I redid it because that's just stretching out my yarn. So I'm going to use that first, and I was going to do 3 of them tonight, but that one screwed me up, being all tight like that and being cranky. So I'm gonna use it first. The yarn comes with this color catcher, and it says, it's hard to see on there. Show it like that. It says, place in with your finished object and it will trap loose dye and dirt, leaving your project looking great. Now never actually heard of that before. So I'm going to hang on to that. All right, let's see. I'm going to use this little Rebel first, and I'm going to start with a 7 circular needle. I have a 24. I got a 24 and a 32 for this. Hi. I'm caffeinating. I have a lot of work to do. So the way the sweater starts, it starts at the bottom ribbing and then it goes up, and then it's actually really clever the way it's done. You knit, you pick up stitches and you knit this pocket, the front pocket, and then you knit the sweater up to the same level, and then you knit those 2 rows together, the pocket and that's how you attach the pocket. Thank you. It's from Sassy Strings Yarn Studio. I'll just put her label here so people can see. Please go visit her on, I was about to say TikTok, Etsy. Okay, I have to scroll over here and I have to find my little cheat sheet and see how many am I casting on. My winder has the table attachment too, but I just prefer to hold it. Okay, 264 stitches is my cast on. Everybody, are you up for that? 264, and I'll show you what I'm going to use a cable cast on because I don't want that tight feeling on the bottom. You know, like I want elasticity on the bottom. I'm aware this is for me, and it's gonna be over my booty. It's my booty. It's booty stitches. Okay, I can try and come down a little bit on this. This isn't any kind of tutorial. I'm just messing around. If you want to work along with us, I mean, I just thought I would come over here on Facebook and do the Busywork parts, but tomorrow I'm going to be teaching how to make that pocket, how to pick up for that pocket. But this is cable cast on. If you were to do a knitted cast on, you would knit that stitch and then put it on the needle. But if you cable cast on, you go between the stitches, you pull up a loop between the stitches, and then you put that on your needle. Holy cow, I'm sticking to crochet. I have a course, Crocheters Learn to Knit. You can take that. I also wanted to do a 6-day kid blanket version of this sweater. I think that would be cool. Because I love the construction of it, and I love things that are in the round and don't have seams. It's just awesome to me. Color catchers are used lots when quilting with red fabrics. Oh, so it catches the dye. Bye, Kathy. I have 264 to do. 264, people. I'm on about 10. You've been told your crochet looks just like knit. That's interesting. TikTok, let me bring you down a little bit so that you can see my hands and you don't sit here looking at my hair. Because dang. Dang. You know what I mean by dang. I mean, I'm a mess. Whoops. Okay, well that didn't work. Exact same view as before. Exactly 100% the same. Nothing changed. I can back up. That's better. Go like that. Oh yeah, now you can see my hands. It's better. All right. The sweater pattern has different versions. It's been updated over the years, but the original, I use the original. I think it's just fine the way it is. It's called A Wonderful Wallaby, and it's on Ravelry. The designer's name is Carol Anderson. It was a viral pattern from back in the day, before going viral was a thing. It's driving me crazy that I have those sheets on the bed back there. Oh wow. Hey guys, I have sheets on the bed, pile of sheets. I made the bed without the sheets, and the sheets were in the laundry. And now I'm too lazy to go back and pick it up again. I guess they made improvements to the pattern, or I don't necessarily feel they are improvements because I like the original sweater the way that it is. But it has a placket that's open in the front, and it doesn't have any buttons or anything there. It doesn't even cross over. It doesn't have ties. It doesn't have anything. It's just an open placket, and in my opinion, it's fine. I like it the way it is, but some people wanted to have a placket that would close or button. And then the pattern has a hood, and some people wanted a collar. So there's that option. And then it has a garter stitch hood, and some people wanted a stockinette stitch hood. So there's that option. I can't think of what the other changes were. Some people do the sleeves first. I started 3 different sleeves as a swatch for the sweater. I think that was suggested on the knit list a long time ago. The other viral thing I remember making was something called a peacock face cloth, and it was in a magazine, which I believe I still have somewhere, but the pattern alone can probably be found on Ravelry these days. But I think that was the most interesting thing I've ever knitted, actually. It's like this lace face cloth that kind of starts in the center, and then it's worked in the round and also with short rows. It's just had a lot of interesting techniques in it, and it was just fun to make. Very intricate and a small-ish project. So that was driving me crazy. Turn it more towards me, maybe. Okay. Now all you're seeing is the stuff, the sheets. All right. Who watches Outlander? Who didn't know that Outlander was over? Who didn't know that Outlander only had 8 episodes this year, this season? And they flew by like so fast. I'm so sad about it. I was like, I kept tuning in, staying up until midnight on Saturday so I could watch the next Outlander. And then they didn't show one. And I was like, what the heck? I want my Outlander. I'm not even counting. I'm just going to put as many stitches as I can on here until I get bored or go crazy, and then I'm going to count them. What do y'all think of that? And then it's going to be 3 inches of 1x1 ribbing. 3 inches, or maybe it's 2. Let's go back and read my notes. Who is Hell's Bells? Hell's Bells, do I know you? Did everyone have a nice Memorial Day? The weather was absolutely beautiful here on the Outer Banks today. I mean, it was flipping gorgeous. It was gorgeous. Holy moly. Okay, let's count. Okay, I'm going to mark every 50. Uh-oh. Okay, that's 50. $38. 39. 40. 41. 42. 43. 44. 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Alrighty then. Have 100 done. Only 164 more to go. Whew. To do one more, and then I can mark it. Hey! I'm working on my wallaby for tomorrow's knit along. Nothing like waiting until the last minute, right? I'm alright. I mean, the yarn just came in. It actually came in on my birthday, which was Wednesday, so I don't know. That feels like a long time ago. Or, I mean, it doesn't. It is a long time ago. I don't even know what I'm saying. It was a long time ago, but yet I'm using it as an excuse for not having done this until now. We'll see how I do. I'm caffeinating. Yes, this is the most gorgeous yarn. It is the most gorgeous yarn. It really is. It's Sassy Strings Yarn Studio. Please visit her Etsy. Just absolutely beautiful yarn. You'll be in the car back home. Did you bring anything to crochet in the car? You gonna work with some of those minis you bought? You worked on In a Tizzy on the way up? What? Is that a pattern? What are you talking about? Oh, you get to ride instead of driving. That's nice. Yeah, I miss having someone else do the driving so I can knit and crochet in the car. Oh, okay. Crochet along. I haven't heard of that. I'm too self-absorbed. I miss what other people are doing because I'm absorbed in my own stuff. You were the sole driver for a while. Yeah, I'm the sole driver here too. Sometimes I think I could do like a really simple garter stitch something while I'm driving, but I can't. I used to keep knit and crochet in the car when I lived in Honolulu. Sometimes the traffic would be so bad that I could stop and get in like a couple stitches on like a dishcloth or something and then put it down and keep going. Oh no. Let's see how many stitches I got since the last count. There's another 50. Oh yeah, it was so bad. It was so bad. 2 times when I was living there, it was stopped. It was dead stop on the H1, dead stop. Somebody hit the overpass with something, a military vehicle or something, and the traffic was dead stop. That was in the, yeah, this was in the early aughts. It was there from 05 to 08. I guess that's not the early aughts. It's the mid aughts. When did we start calling them the aughts? This yarn is so pretty how it's like in some places every stitch is a different color. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Yeah, I didn't knit too much in Hawaii because it's so hot. You know, you don't have a need for a lot of hats and scarves and sweaters and things of that nature when you live there. So I didn't make a lot of stuff. But, and I also was in grad school. So I didn't have a lot of time for knitting and stuff. Knitting and crochet. In fact, I think that's when I started crocheting again. And I had not crocheted in a while because I was like, I have so little time to do this that I'm just gonna crochet and get it done faster. I mean, seriously, I believe that was what I was thinking. Yep, faster, more yarn. That's very true. Looks like it could be 50 since the last one. Let's see. Four more. One, two, three, four. I have to do one more so I can mark it. I love the way the cable cast on looks. It's like really nice and neat. Makes a really nice bottom edge. I really like it. Might be my favorite way to cast on. I know everybody does long tail. Long tail is fun to do, but I don't necessarily like the edge it creates. Now I'm trying to make another stitch with this stitch marker in the way. What am I thinking? Okay, so I have 50, 50, 50, 50. That's 200. So 68 more to go. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and log off. Hi, I'm sorry TikTok. I am making a sweater, and this yarn is definitely gorgeous, and it's from Sassy Strings Yarn Studio. Please visit her Etsy. It is just the most gorgeous yarn I've ever treated myself to in my life. That's a fact. That is a fact. I'm really enjoying it. It feels nice too. It works up really nice. German twisted cast on for my socks. It's a good one. I'm using the old pattern for a wonderful wallaby, which was a viral pattern back in the day. I don't know if I should say viral because I don't know if going viral was a thing back then, but it was a very popular pattern from the old internet knit list. The internet knit list, we called it, because the internet was new. The designer's name is Carol Anderson, and it can be found on Ravelry. A Wonderful Wallaby, it's called. It has every size from children up through adults. I've made a bunch of them. The last one I made was kind of an ugly brownish oatmeal color. I still have it. I've probably had it for 20 or 30 years, and I still wear it. It's ugly though. It's an ugly sweater. It's made with double-stranded woolies, and that was before woolies had a thick and quick. So we had to double it up if we wanted it thick and quick. It is super cozy. And it's cool. It has a hood. It has a big pocket. It's just a nice sweater. I stopped on 44 again. Let me do 2 this time so I don't have to try and put my needle in where that stitch marker is. Okay. Let me mark this. Let me see, 64, so I have 14 stitches to go. And then I'll have all my cast-ons done. Why did I choose to make such a gigantic sweater for this knit along? I don't know, and God help me if I made a mistake or a miscalculation and I have to take it all out and restart it. I will be crying. I will be crying if I did that. I'll be shedding tears. How many did I say? 14. Okay. 1. Ah, I know, right? 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Oh, look at that green. 11. 12. 13. 14. All right, my friends. I believe my cast on is complete. I believe I have a 32-inch needle that would be better for this. It's really tiny. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, I'm going to go count this and maybe put on a show. Try and get this ribbing and a little bit done before I have to go to bed tonight. It's only 9:44. I can do it. Mwah. Have a good evening, and those of you that are in the McKnitiverse, I will see you in the morning. And if you're not in the, thank you so much. It is. If I do it right, I got to do it right. If you're not in the McKnitiverse, come join us. It's BettyMcKnitiverse.com. Come join us and come knit along with us or just hang out. All right. Have a good one. Let me play my song. There it goes.